Okay, so tunnel mode characteristics, just like what we said, less expensive. This is firewall friendly now. Why is it firewall friendly? Do you guys understand why it's more firewall friendly? Yes.
Because it's only encrypted, some gateway. Gateway decrypted.
Right. And the gateway in this case is really also a firewall. So as soon as you decrypt it, you can see everything basically, right? The firewall is able to see all the information, right? So that's why. So this is firewall friendly. And then the problem with the security is no protection with the two sites, within the sites, right? That's the problem, right? Exactly, yes. So why this is firewall friendly and why the other one is not firewall friendly, you can see, right? Because at the gateways, everything gets decrypted in this case. Yes. Okay? So you understand that, right? Everything gets decrypted. Okay, so that's the picture. Nice picture, right? So which one's tunnel mode? This is the tunnel mode because, right, big pipe, right? Everything's encrypted in between. I'm sorry, transport mode. Tunnel mode is this. I mean, in this case, I guess they're not really showing the gateways here, right? So it actually just shows the host, but here actually there's a gateway, right? Is that right? In the middle? But they're just leaving that out. But the transport mode, as you can see, directly connects the hosts all the way, end to end, right? The tunnel mode is where you only have the pipe between the gateways encrypted, as you can see, right? So this is not encrypted, this is not encrypted, right? Yes? So transport tunnel mode, it could be confusing, so you have to make sure you remember that, okay? Which one is tunnel mode, which one is the transport mode. Tunnel is where the, communication between the gateways is encrypted. Yes, exactly. Okay, the next one is security associations, okay? So we are finishing things up. So this is pretty much the very end of the chapter 3, okay? So we are done with everything almost in chapter 3. So you should be able to take the exam now if you remember everything. Okay, so security associations here means that what? In order for you to be able to do any encryption involving two parties, they have to be agreeing on certain things, like what protocols you're using, what algorithms you're using, what options of the algorithms you're using, and so on, right? So that's what this is, associations, security associations does, okay? So you have to agree on what methods, algorithms you're using for encryption, what options you're using, okay? One of these options could be something like as simple as what? Like the size of the key, for example, right? What size of the key are we using, right? IPsec policy servers. So the significance of this is that you can do these associations, security associations, okay, manually, right? But then the problem could be when you have a policy for those security associations, like what algorithm to use, what option to use, and so on. Those policies could be violated if it's not automated, right? So if you want to really push those policies to all the hosts involved in this and all the gateways involved in this automatically, it's nice to have a server that pushes the policies all the way to the hosts and the gateways. So that's what this is. Enforces policies centrally by a server, not by a person. I mean, you can do it manually, but that's just too time consuming and not a very wise use of your manpower, pretty much, when you can automate it, right? So that's really the idea. Okay. So another thing to remember is, this is another very nice true-false question, okay? When you do the security associations, is that always the same for both ways? Because you can do one direction, right, from A to B, right, host A to host B. That's one security association. You can do the association from B to A, right? So now the question is, do they have to be always the same, or could they be different? The answer is right there. Same or different? Different, yeah, they could be different. So this way you could be using different algorithm basically to do the encryption. Coming back, you could be using another algorithm, right? So this could be all different. So security associations could be different on these two different ways of interacting with each other. Okay. And this is referring to the centralized management of security associations, because I told you, right, nice to automate the whole process of enforcing the security policies associated with all the details of your security associations, including the algorithm, methods, options, right? So if you have a server, it's always better, because you have less mistakes you may be making, right? You save time when it comes to like a person doing this. You can automate it pretty much, right? So that's why it's nice to have a server that does this centrally, but you always have to have the policies set up. Otherwise, right, I mean, it's not doing anything. You have to have the policies to begin with, right? Okay. Now I think we're just very close to the end. Almost the end. Let's see. So this is a picture that shows everything. So the policy server could be this one, and you have the parties associated with your IPsec communication, right? And as you can see, the policy on that host can be set up by this server automatically. That's what it shows pretty much. And then the security association here, this way could be one way of doing it. Another way is coming back, right? So those two could be different. They don't have to be the same, okay?